Hey everyone, so I've just seen this idea in Schoolers, and I can't remember who it was, but Andrew Kirby commented and said, "That's a really good idea. It could really work well for school." I don't think anyone else is doing it at the moment, so I thought I'd give it a go. And what it is basically doing a review of some YouTube content in a school call for your school community. So, what I've done is just loaded up the latest video from Danielle Drew, who's a vocal power speech speaker coach. And I'm going to just react to it, review it as I watch. So you can watch with me and see how we go.
If you're relying on Instagram, ads, or content and hoping that clients find you, I wouldn't call that marketing. I'd call it gambling.
Okay, now I think that's a really strong start because a lot of people will be running Instagram ads and hoping that they get some return from that thinking that it's marketing, and she's just crushed that thought straight away and said it's gambling. So I think that's a really strong start. Well done, Danielle. Let's keep going.
Because the fastest way that I've seen people say yes isn't to more posts on social media. It's actually through public speaking. And today I'm going to show you exactly how.
Okay, so she's crushed the first thought that you might have about marketing, and she's given an alternative, which is to do public speaking instead of spending money on Instagram ads. And she's promised us she's going to show us how. So let's see what she can show us.
Now, if you're in business and you want to stay in business, then you need a steady way to attract new clients. And for most people, that looks like posting on Instagram, running ads, making reels, or sending emails and hoping that somebody actually opens them. And you know what? Sometimes that works.
Okay, so she's kind of expanded the number of people that she's catching in her net. So not just people on Instagram, but everything else, including email. She's kind of got everyone in the net now, and we're still hopeful that we're going to find out a better way of doing things.
But it can also feel exhausting,
Ah,
expensive, and unpredictable. You never know if it's going to work or not. And a lot of it turns into what I like to call hope marketing. We're putting content out there and putting content out there and putting it out there, and we're just hoping and praying that the algorithm works in your favor.
okay, so now she's sort of crushing it again and telling us what the downsides are of the strategy that we've had before. And so again, it's kind of building up to, yeah, we really want to know what the alternative way is. So let's get going.
Anybody felt like that before? Now, in my experience, there are simpler and more reliable ways to attract clients, and it starts with your voice. Because people who speak with confidence in public, they attract clients differently. And it's not because they're louder or more outgoing, it's because public speaking confidence builds trust. And trust makes taking action so much easier for clients. So today I want to share with you my
Okay. So now she's told us why public speaking is better than an Instagram ad or an email. And it's because speaking confidently creates trust. And I think that's kind of a hook into something that most business people will know, and that is that people who do business with you because they like and trust you, or know, like, and trust you. So she's kind of hooked into, yep, that makes sense. So we still haven't heard how to do it yet, and we're a few minutes in. Oh no, we're only 142 in, so not even 2 minutes yet. So let's give her a bit of time to see how this goes.
my system for using public speaking to attract more clients more consistently. Step number 1, define the belief. People don't buy because they hear new information. They buy when they see the problem differently.
Okay, I like this. So she's started to tell us that it's her system, and she's told us that we're starting with step 1. And again, we're not even 2 minutes in yet. We're just on the 2-minute mark. So I like this. I would prefer, though, if she said step 1 of 3 steps, or there's 5 steps. We're going to start with step 1, whatever it is, just so that I know. If there's 11 bajillion steps, I'm not going to hang around. But if there's only 3 steps, that sounds not just that I won't be spending a lot of time on this particular video, but also sounds simple. It sounds doable or achievable. So that's the one tweak that I would make for this. But also I love the fact that she said what you're doing is changing someone's belief, changing the way that people see something, because I think that's really important. Whether you're posting on Instagram or giving an email or giving a talk, you need to think about that. Am I helping people believe something different or see something different? So love that. Let's keep going.
I'll tell you what I mean by that. Before you speak, get clear on one belief that you want to change in your audience. Ask yourself, what do people believe about my service right now that's stopping them from taking action and working with me?
Hello, that is a great question. And I don't know that too many people are asking that question. I certainly don't hear too many people asking it out loud, saying to other people, hey, what do you believe about me that is stopping you from taking action or buying from me? Great question. Because I know myself, most of the time when I'm not buying from someone, it's because of something that they are doing that makes me believe something. So I had one person, I was just having a conversation about this recently, that they, everyone says they're a great guru and they got loads of people following them, loads of proof, scores on the board, and everyone else is probably right. But for me, when I got on a call with them, they might have been having a bad day. They hadn't done any homework. It was really clear they weren't interested in me, hadn't done any homework about me, and didn't address the one thing that I wanted from the call, which I had specifically stated both beforehand and in the call that I wanted from the call. So it was something that they were doing that was stopping me rather than something that they did that was drawing me in. So I love that question. That's really good.
For example, in my business, many people believe that public speaking confidence is something you're either born with or you're not. And when people believe that, learning to be a confident speaker feels really scary and frankly not worth the effort. After working with me, that belief shifts and people understand that public speaking is all about technique, not talent. So it becomes a skill.
Oh, wow. That's another great line. It's all about technique, not talent. And I love the way she frames it as the before and after working with me, the shift that takes place after working with me. I love that. I often say in communication, value is contrast. The contrast is the value. If you look at the way the Bible is written, right from the start, it says the earth was, darkness was covering the earth, and God said, let there be light. You look at the Proverbs written by Solomon, the wisest man in all the world, it says. He wrote Proverbs that were just contrasting. The rich man does this, but the poor man does that. The leader does this, but the servant does that. The pauper says this, but the rich man says this. the wise person does this, but the fool does that. So it's all about contrast. It helps you to communicate really quickly, gets your point across really simply. And like Danielle just did, it's powerful when you're talking about this is where I take my clients from, and this is the transformation they have after they've worked with me. I love that. Look, I'm not going to go on with this whole video. I'm sure you get the idea. And also, Danielle has her own school. So if you go to Vocal Power or just look up Danielle Drew on School, you'll be able to find her school and join her community. If you thought before that you couldn't be a confident, powerful speaker, I'm sure you can see that Danielle can take you through that transformation. So thanks for joining me today. See ya.